Hello everybody, welcome back to American Truck Simulator. We have a new truck, the Volvo VNL. I already got mine configured. We'll show it to you here in a second, but let's get our cargo. We're in Utah today, so I think what I want to do is we're going to take this cement up to Salt Lake City. Be a little bit of a drive, but we'll get on that interstate and we should be able to fly. One from the home store here. Alright, what I got configured, let's take a look real quick, is a single axle, basically kind of stock truck. And I wanted to try this because it was like, I usually have doubles and make it, change it up a little bit, make it interesting. So we got a single axle here. I also bought this trailer with a single axle. It's a nice small load. It's pretty cool because actually, as I was driving to get here to this spot, we were able to take corners like a normal car. I got my brakes flipped here. Alright, there we go. I have this configured as a... Yeah, look how short that turning basis is. It's pretty cool. I got this configured as a 13 speed. I was thinking maybe I should even go to a 6 and make it really... because a truck like this, let's be honest, doesn't need all these gears. Especially when we're hauling such a small load. But for right now, we'll just leave it at a 13. I went with a day cab because, like I've said before in previous episodes, we can look out this back window. It's very nice and easy to see. Instead of trying to see around a big smokestack or something like that. This makes it really easy. And I might have spoke too soon. Yeah, so this is going to be cement. And then we will take this up to Salt Lake City, Utah. It's pretty cool to have a smaller truck this time around. Okay, so we're going to park this, shut it off, activate to load. There we go. Should be able to get up to Salt Lake City before dark. So yeah, this is the new truck, the VNL. I like it. I mean, even at rev here, you can see the other gauges increase. I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think the other trucks we've had in the game were that sensitive to be able to, like, look at that oil pressure move when I rev it up here. It's pretty awesome. And then also the sounds. This doesn't sound like our regular stock truck that we get with ATS, like we've all been getting. I think they actually recorded the sounds and put them into the game. Let you guys listen to that a little bit. Start out here from 1. The rev. Sounds really good, I think. So I think they actually took the recorded sounds and put them in for the appropriate truck for a change. Well, this is the start of something new, but they need to go back and get these other sounds fixed up on these other trucks. And I know a lot of people say, well, they use mods and stuff, but think of how many different configurations there are in the game for engines, and I think that would get kind of a lot, and then you get mod conflicts. Like I said, I'm not a big mod guy on this particular game because I don't want to lose my painted map as well. So yeah, we'll just use what's stock and go with it. Get out on the interstate here. I think this says they were supposed to beep here too if there's somebody alongside of you for the safety thing, but unless I haven't configured that. I heard somebody say that. Let's see. I don't know if I heard it or not. But yeah, as we get up to speed, let's get the windows up so I can talk over this. shift it up here. As we get up to speed, look at that front mirror there. It's like shaking and stuff. It looks like so realistic. I guess it doesn't look as much as when you're zoomed in on it. But yeah, you can really see it start to flap in the wind there. Makes you really feel like we're doing some speed. Ooh, of course this guy would pull in front of me. Alright. Yeah, so I'm impressed with this truck. And it does look good on the outside. You can configure it how you want. Lots of different configurations. Actually took me a while when I was setting up this playthrough to figure out what I wanted. Oh, it's nice. It's 80 miles an hour here, so we're really going to get up to speed. Yeah, as far as the dash display, if we look in the center there, we got our miles per hour, our fuel economy, our oil temps, air pressures, our trip, a suspension, which is interesting, and then our messages. Yeah, so I'll just leave it on this one for now. That was the one I was on, right? No, this was the one. There's a lot there. I would have zoomed in a little bit to give you guys a better look, but I'm trying to watch the road here as we're going. Yeah, so, actually that's not the right one because we don't have the speed. That was the right one. There we go. Alright, so we're going 85. I'm just going to set the cruise 8 high. Alright, so nice small load. Okay, so let's talk about what we're getting this year. So we still have, let's see, it's end of May right now, and we still have June, July, August, September, October, November, December, obviously. But what I'm saying is we got Oklahoma that should come out pretty soon, I think. I don't think there was that much, let me get in the right lane here, that much news left to talk about for that. And I think that'll be out within probably July, August, if I had to guess. And then you got, I think Kansas is going to be out too before the end of this year is out. And then we got California Rework. I've talked about this in the last episode as well, which is a kind of like hidden gem because it's not like new, but it's new. Like, we saw how good the rework was in Northern California there. This stuff looks so great. And this will do the mid-section of the state. I'm trying to wonder if it's going to take like probably it'll take 2 more phases to rework California. So, I mean, that'll still be a while before that whole state's, completed being reworked. It took them a while to actually even talk about the phase 3 rework. I was wondering if they were even going to do it there for a while, because it's like, well, they really haven't said much about it, but I guess if they didn't... Oh, we got our limiter on for following behind, which is good, but now I gotta get back up to speed. It's a little different with a manual because I should be shifting down to shift back up, but yeah, so those are great things coming. And then if they do the sounds, which I'm pretty sure this truck was recorded with its own sounds. This doesn't sound like the stock version of what we had in the game, which is, like I said, fantastic that we're starting to get stuff like this. Just want the other ones to be recorded and revamped as well. And then Well, I suppose they're going to have to announce another state here after they release Oklahoma. They'll probably just worry about the two. Then I think Nebraska will be announced, like, probably, I guess it wouldn't be too much longer after Oklahoma's released. It did take them a while before they made the announcement the other time after Texas, but they got to it and got on both of them. But I think, yeah, Nebraska, and then I think what they're going to do is hit the Dakotas, and if I really had to guess, after the North and South Dakota, they'll hit Minnesota, I think, and possibly Wisconsin, and then start bringing that down. Because I remember Pavel said he really wanted to get to the Great Lakes section, and that would cover that and get everybody over there. And I don't know if they would just have a team that would work on that upper part, like, because now that the big states are kind of done, if you would have a team just work on the upper part and another team work on the lower part and try to bring them together, like the southern states, it'll be really interesting. But yeah, as many, well, hopefully, like they'll be able to get the you know, these states coming out faster, because let's be honest, it is kind of a slow process. But now that the bigger ones are done, and I think a lot of these Midwest assets, there's going to be like a lot of reusing. Obviously, I don't want to continue to reuse a lot of stuff because it would get boring. But yeah. And then they also talked about a graphical engine change, which I think would really help with optimization. Although, like I said, actually I'm impressed with how good ATS is running. I am running at a windowed resolution. I do have an ultra wide, but this is running in like a 2K windowed version, so instead of the 4K ultra wide, which when I go back to playing on my own, I switch it back to the ultra wide. But I do this right now so I can see the OBS recording and watch that. Oh, also, this camera right here that's recording the wheel and the shifter and all this good stuff, all these buttons here. I'm using a webcam now, so before what I would do is record with my iPhone and then overlay that in the video. Now I'm doing it all at once, and we'll see how good this is. It's nice in the fact I won't have to worry about syncing up this video here, the right one, the lower right one here, syncing it up with the actual gameplay, because sometimes that was kind of hard and I would get off a little bit. But yeah, we'll see how this turns out. This is the first video doing this. I think it should help streamline. I was having a little bit of issues with the exposure in the camera and how that was working out, and it actually looks a little dark right now too, but I had to close the curtain in my room because we had sun shining in, and it was kind of affecting the things and overblowing it. But if I have it shut, then I need another light because we're going to have, oh, this is our exit, overexposed. And then the shutter was so like, it was making it like really choppy. Whoa, we're really flying in here. Okay, let's get in appropriate gear. That actually wasn't too bad of a drive. I mean, we were hauling going 85, a little over the speed limit, but that was a nice drive. Like I said, it's kind of cool to have these different configurations with the small. Look how small that is. That's cool. I don't think a lot of people really utilize the smallness trucks, you know, and just enjoy it. Kind of wanted to make like a whole small fleet. Oh, I did have to buy another garage. I decided to buy one in Dallas, Texas. Alright, we got cement for the foundation of the... Ooh, what's this? How does that work? I gotta back up right here. This shouldn't be too bad now. I know I had to go third person with that 100th anniversary truck on the last episode. But with this, We can look right out the back of the cab here. We got a nice small turning base with this tractor and small trailer. And I think I should be able to snake it right in here. But we'll see how we do. Go forward here a little bit. Alright. Not too bad. Just get by this wood here. Make sure I get out wide enough here too as well. There we go. Look at that. You can see that. Oh yeah, that's right. The ambient noise. That's, you hear that? I was like, what is that? It's like, what is that? Is that because I hit something? Well, we know that works. Yeah, it was, alright. That could have been a lot better. But yeah, there's a perfect example of the ambient noise in the game where it sounds different. I had to sit and think about that for a minute. That's what I noticed about this game. When I get into a spot and you hear a different sound, I sit and I have to think about it for a minute. So slowly but surely, they're getting this game really good. There we go. Perfect. Parker there. Engine off, and then we're gonna unload their cement. Cement delivered to from Cedar City to Salt Lake City. Bam. Yeah, and there's another view of my truck. Yeah, it's basically like a stock truck, but it's kind of cool. All right, so I'm just gonna play a little bit by myself, and you guys enjoy the game, enjoy the new truck.